Listen, I know y'all have missed us. Y'all been asking about us, and we finally back, baby. Points Podcast is back. I'm one third of the team. Your boy Dominican Dunn. I'm here with Big Play and Yay.
What you
And
do?
listen, I know y'all been wondering what we've been up to. Hell, I've been wondering what we've been up to. But I do know that it's Men's Mental Health Month, so I did want to check in with the fellas and make sure that, everything is good. So how y'all boys feeling?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man. Grateful to be here, man. Grateful to see y'all boys, man. Grateful to come in here today, dump off some steam, man. Also learn from each other, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. Definitely blessed to be here. Thankful, that mental health is real. It's crazy how you get in your 40s and start realizing it. But it's here.
Right, right,
But
right,
glad to
right.
be on here with y'all
Like,
boys. So that's definitely good for the mental,
right, right. Hey, look, man, God is amazing, y'all. I mean, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, like that boy Ye said. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. This shit is tough. Like, life is tough, bro. Like, who knew
Fact.
adulting was like a real job?
Hey,
Hey,
planning.
we can't even say nothing. We can't even
It's
say
like
nothing about this shit.
you planning from soon you open your eyes until you finally fall asleep. You just in your head about everything,
Right,
Yeah,
right,
your parents try so hard to tell y'all, man, like, oh, you want to be grown so fast.
right. and
I ain't
and
want to
and,
be grown.
and that's what's crazy about y'all. We started off how we so grateful and thankful. I know we are, but like, are we truly being honest about it? You know what I mean? Like, are we like, what's really like? I feel like
What's
men, we
real?
don't have that safe space to be honest and be
Facts.
Right,
vulnerable. What
right.
y'all boys thoughts on that?
Oh
Well,
man, I'm big on creating those spaces, man. I think at this age, man, we all should be more transparent, about just everything, even with people that you're not even close to. Just be transparent. There's no need to be lying or trying to hide stuff at this age, man. It's just too high risk and just got too much stuff going on, man.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
a good
think the
point.
main thing for me was realizing that I wasn't the only one feeling some of the things I was feeling. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that was very important to hear when, I talked to my brother, Big Plays, you early in the week, and, he mentioned some of the same thing that I felt like I was on my own about, and knowing that he has those feelings at times as well. It's like, okay, well, it's not just me, it just, I know I can get through it now because I'm not the only one going through it,
Right, right, right.
so.
And it's tough for us to open up too, though, as men. It's this stigma that men can't have feelings. We're not allowed to have feelings. Like we just go to work, get the big piece of chicken and die.
Facts.
Like, and that's how
Hey,
our parents. Go ahead, go
you
ahead, Jay.
wondering why
Jay,
your
what
you
you
wondering why your dad was always mad all the time. What's wrong with you?
say?
Now you like, bro, all you had to do was tell me. Like we could have got through this. I'm thinking you tripping about some juice in the refrigerator when you got other things going on. So that's
Right.
A
what's
lot.
crazy now.
Yeah. I think generations have changed. Or our generation now, we more tapped in. Like mental health has become a big deal. Like, it was once, like we talked about, I think in other podcasts, it was frowned upon, for like therapy and shit like that. But now it's encouraged for men and just black people in general, really, to go to
Yeah.
therapy and explore that avenue. And, they give us 1 month, man. But I'm going to tell y'all boys, man, and our viewers too, man, we available, like, hit us up. We available 12 months out of the year. Like, it shouldn't be
Fact.
1 month for men's mental health. Like, cause
Yeah.
we deal with that shit on a daily basis, especially as a black man, which is crazy, I think. But I
Yeah.
did want to ask y'all boys, how do we help ourselves and others to be open to, before it's too late, to being able to express how they feel or get help before it's too late?
Mm.
Mm.
You want to
What
lead,
your thoughts on
Zay?
that?
Well, what I do is, man, I try and put it out there, man. I try and put it out there as frequent as possible, engaging with y'all, speaking out, getting a second opinion on things. I know a lot of times that it may. I at no point in time that I feel like other men are not going through the same thing we're going through. I just think we've just been taught to just like kind of suck it up, and so. I just try and always just engage the full the full spectrum of our conversation we're having or what I'm going through, and you'll be surprised how many people open up. Like if it's not them, it's another partner there that's going through the same thing. So yeah,
Yeah. I think, like as you said before, that whole safe space thing is giving people a chance to vent. And even at the time they're venting, you don't necessarily got to have an answer for them at that moment.
Mm,
But finding a
yeah,
way to circle around at some point to try to get what you need to try to
right,
give
right,
off to them where they can hopefully receive it at a later date.
yeah,
Because a lot of
yeah,
times when you vent and you don't really want to hear, oh, just do this, just do that. Like you
yeah,
don't want to hear that at that moment, like, but if you could find a way to circle back
yeah.
and get through, that's very important.
Yeah, hey, points to Jay for that. Points to Jay for that. I know I'm bad
Points,
about that too. I'm a
points,
solution
points.
based person, so it's
Yeah,
like
man.
when somebody tells me, shit, I'm trying to figure it out instead of sometimes, like you
I
said,
was
people just
too.
want to vent.
I
They
was
want
too
yeah,
to
though.
hear.
I was too.
Yeah,
I got people used to be mad at me a lot. I'm like, I'm just trying to help, but you didn't
right,
realize, at
right.
that moment they just really want you to listen,
Right,
at
right,
that moment.
right. And then too, like I said, I just want to repeat it too, though, man. Just having that village, like I appreciate y'all boys for that village, man. Be able to safe space with y'all boys, but just anybody, like I feel like we just need to be open to just anybody want to reach out, just a listening ear. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
sometimes it's easy to talk to somebody you don't know. That's why we're able to just tell our therapists everything because they don't
right.
Yeah.
truly know us as
Generally.
opposed to our family and friends and shit.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that's
Exactly.
one of the major ways too, y'all. But yeah, we just with it being Men's Mental Health Month, we definitely didn't want to like not acknowledge
Hmm.
what is needed in the black community, black men especially, for
Yeah.
real, for real. But I do know one thing that kind of like picks me up when I'm down, y'all, is like this NBA shit. I hate it's over, but y'all know we just had the NBA championship. So look,
Great
I got
series.
Cowboys thoughts. Now this was actually the lowest rated
Which is
NBA
crazy.
championship.
Which
That's
is
what they say.
crazy. Which is
That's what they say.
crazy. Because you know
Yeah,
why?
What they
Because
say.
LeBron or Curry ain't in it. LeBron or
yeah.
No
Curry,
superstars. It was no
those
superstars in it.
It was just ballers.
they were just
It was just
ballers to
ballers.
me. Stars. They're
Yeah,
young stars that's about to be superstars in the next 2 years, but I enjoyed it, man. It was great. It was great to see.
yeah. It was a
True
great
hoopers.
physical and entertaining series of basketball. The whole playoff series, everybody was challenged. You saw a lot of people get slain, and you saw a lot of people rise up to the occasion. I think we actually witnessed a changing of the guard.
Yeah. I think you show it shows also just how much that the referees manipulate games because they
Mm,
finally let them play, and you got
right.
to see good basketball versus they're
Right.
trying to keep scores close and all that so the star can have the last shot. Like you got to see hoopers hoop. In my opinion, they
Right.
still did it a little bit, but not as much as they've done it in the past. In my opinion,
Right.
yeah,
Do y'all think too though it was because of the teams that was in there? Because like even us growing up, we've been conditioned. Like it's the NFL. Which the NFL had Reggie Miller back in the day, but the Thunder, like it used to be Seattle Supersonics, but Thunder, like those aren't really teams we really like locked in with. It ain't the Bulls, it ain't the Lakers, it ain't the Celtics, it ain't the Heat.
yeah.
So I
I
think
was
that could be a lot of it too.
I loved it. I don't know if y'all saw that chart where they were showing in 30 years when Adam Silver, not Adam Silver, what was the other owner?
David Stern.
Stern. It was only 8 teams won in
That
like
kept
30
going.
years.
They kept going
Same
back.
8 teams, and now it's like 10 different teams don't won championship in the last 12 years. Like
Right.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
And what
Yeah.
do you think is driving that though?
Yeah.
Um, goes into your next segment, the draft.
Yeah. Yeah. So the draft. Okay, so the draft. So do y'all feel like it's a conspiracy with the draft? Because the Mavericks had a 2% chance to get the number one pick. And
Facts.
then I did some research, y'all, to actually when the Bulls drafted Derrick Rose, they had the same 2% chance. And
Mm-hmm.
these are all gonna be, I think even Cooper Flag gonna be like franchise changing players. I'm just throwing it out there. Hot take right there.
Yeah.
Cooper
Yeah,
Flag could be.
it could
But
be.
the Mavs being stacked the way they stacked too. You got Anthony Davis, you got Kyrie, you got Clay, and now you add a Cooper Flag. So do y'all
Yeah.
think it's some kind of conspiracy with the draft first of the team? Let's
Uh,
talk about that.
100%, bro. Let me tell you why. I don't know the 2%, the percentage of it, but all I know is Cleveland got it when LeBron left. They got it like 3 years after LeBron dipped out. Minnesota got the number one pick when KG dipped out. And I feel like who I'm missing. Now you got the Luka situation going, and now you got Cooper Flag that's coming into a team that was already decent. Like, yes, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to. I'm going to disagree on the conspiracy. I think they just rolled the dice, and the fact that with the way the cards laid, it just really put everybody in like that's an easy out for them to say a conspiracy. And I don't have that much faith in the
Okay.
lineup for the Dallas Mav. Like they're going to be like a contender, man, because all those
What?
names, man, they're coming off injuries. These guys aren't the same. They got a lot of experience, but I don't think. I mean, from what I've seen this year in the playoffs. Like if Cooper Flag, it's a good situation for him with the experience and all those Hall of Famers that he will. But these are not like all. I mean, these are not like all-star ready competitive guys. These are like top players. If you understand what I'm saying, like
Nah, you're not.
No, not at
well,
all.
I mean, I'm gonna go
You're
into
not
it.
right
Like
about that.
they're top players and stuff, but you know they all had opportunities to build up. Now, if Kyrie went and got hurt, they was balling, they was rolling and stuff. But also at the same time, he's coming off an injury. AD is coming off an injury. Clay is coming off of injuries, and you
Oh,
expecting these guys to sustain through what we saw in playoffs? Like them boys, like your body
It's
had to
wide open,
sustain.
bro. It's wide open right now.
it's wide
Everybody
open.
been hurt.
Oh,
Everybody got
Eric
hurt.
hurt.
Indiana got hurt.
right. But so
Cleveland
you
was hurt.
saying that you think that the Dallas Mav is going to be like a Final Four contender next year?
It could be anybody because everybody got
It's
hurt.
open.
Like
It's
Boston got
open. It's
hurt. Like it's so
Oh yeah,
open, bro. It's
open.
so open. It's no clear cut favorite to me, in my opinion, right now, because
Yeah.
right.
everybody got hurt.
Okay.
Everybody got hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying
Yeah.
too. But I do
Yeah, I
want.
was assuming y'all was saying that they was like, oh, they loaded, they stacked. That's what I was getting.
Stacked,
I was
but
like,
it's
I mean,
it's
they all stacked.
they
I
are
think they all
stacked.
stacked. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they all stacked. But I want to address what you said though about the conspiracy stuff first, though, before you get too far gone. If it wasn't a conspiracy, Vegas, first of all, is super, super big. We caught Draymond on camera talking about the point spread. That's a
yeah,
fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. The NBA is a business first, foremost.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
They're gonna
And
push the narrative so your business can be successful. That's a
you
fact.
gotta sell.
Mhm.
You gotta get extra gains so you can get concessions.
You got to
Get
get
Yeah.
people in
consent. You got
there.
to put
Yeah,
butts in the seats.
yeah,
You got to put the butts in the seat. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
hmm
But speaking of like Cooper Flag, the draft consensus number one pick by far. But that boy Ace Bailey said if it was no Cooper Flag, he would be the number one pick. He said,
Right.
fuck the 76ers,
Yeah.
fuck the Jazz. Ace Bailey, when you start putting the
Everybody.
YNs in the league, this is what you get, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you think the NIL is the reason this stuff is starting to happen, or is
Ooh,
gonna start happening
ooh.
now that they already coming in millionaires versus being like,
I mean,
I want to save my family, so I
that,
can go
that
to whoever.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Real sidebar, real quick. I don't know if y'all saw this clip. That boy Brandon Marshall showed, I think, another receiver that's in college right now, his bank account. And the young bull showed his bank account. He had way more money than Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm
Oh
dead
yeah.
serious. I got to find him, y'all boy. But
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
forgot the receiver name. But he was like his first year. He was like going to his sophomore year. That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's NIL money.
Yeah.
How much of the
The
receiver?
NIL money, it for real, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of both, man. NIL and social media, man.
I can see
Mm.
that.
I think it's a
I,
combination of both, man. Because I mean, your branding and it. A lot of us are always going off of what we see off of what we see on ESPN but what's going on streaming accounts and YouTube and Twitter and all that, man, like they capitalizing, they're branding themselves and creating a whole another market off the court. Sometimes that market is more valuable than being in the NBA. Being in the NBA, that's definitely a accomplishment. You
Free
know,
publicity.
yeah, free publicity and stuff is
yeah.
definitely a compliment. But these guys are finding ways, to get to the money. That's why it's like this money is. I'm not even passionate about basketball
Right.
anymore because I'm more
That's
passionate about
why
making the money. Yeah,
you're right. You're
yeah,
right. Back to
He ready
back
to go. He
to
ready.
you already know what I'm about to say. That's why I think the league gonna be trash in the next
yeah,
10 years because you like you saying if you starting to be a millionaire in high school, that means coaches ain't gonna be able to tell you too much because you've been given everything. You are because you're talented. No, so when the coach makes you mad, what you do? Transfer. And even if you play and if you that great, you like I'm only gonna be here for 3 months anyway. Second semester I ain't even coming to class. I'm just gonna go to the draft. I'm going in the draft. So
You Mike Williams. You Mikey Williams.
yeah, so it's
yeah.
like once I get to the
Mikey,
league,
baby.
now I
Mikey,
get to the
baby.
league, it's like Well, I've been giving everything else since I was in high school. I want to go to the school, to the city I want to go to, no matter what,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what's going to happen because if you already got millions, you can sit out if you want, unless the NBA make an example out of you and just be like, nah, you're done. But the players union probably won't let you do that, but they're going to try to blackball you.
yeah.
But
And, and, and I love that. I'm gonna give you a different perspective though. I mean, as a player like Ace Bailey, this is my business though. I'm responsible for my own life. Yeah, I might love basketball, but they say that he told, like, it wasn't that he just turned out to me with the 76ers. He told them, "What's y'all plan to make me a superstar?"
Right.
And they didn't have
you
one.
ain't proven who
Right.
you are yet.
Have
Like,
one.
I wouldn't need,
Right.
They didn't
that's why
have
they
one.
need me
I
there. I'll
love
be
it.
like, you
I
ain't
love
did
it.
nothing.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You're trying to render my services. I need to know how you gonna
Right.
help me.
No. I'm
I agree with
Right.
that.
hiring you. I'm
I agree
hiring
with it.
you. When you get hired, you don't get to be like, when I'm going to become the CEO. You
I'm
work your
I'm
way
also
up.
choosing not to work that job though. You gotta look at it from that perspective too. He don't want to work for the
But you,
76ers or the Jazz.
okay, I get that. You may not want to work for that entity, but you want the job, which is the NBA.
But he has the leverage. You got to understand who got the leverage. The star has
Yeah.
the player has the leverage. It's a
Yeah.
player driven league now.
Yeah.
When you're successful, yeah. But when you're not,
I
you ain't
mean,
showed nothing
apparently
yet.
he
Do,
is. He still got drafted.
do you want to see him
He didn't get to go where he
successful
wanted to
on
go.
your team or on another team?
Right. Exactly.
Well, he didn't get to choose. He didn't get to pick where he wanted to go. He tried. It didn't work.
So well, listen though. You see how like the media and big business can demonize a player just like they did with Shador, same shit, and made it seem like it was this, and then the draft stock fall and try to
Yeah.
ruin a person's career because they're not playing ball the way you want to play ball.
Yeah, they
Right.
That's
don't
what I'm
do that to
saying.
everybody, which it sucks because
Right.
Eli Manning got to go where he wanted to go.
What
It
about
was.
Kobe? That boy Kobe said he wasn't playing for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I know he said it. I just know they. I know. I thought Jerry West was. I already knew about Kobe, so he was trying to work him
Right.
back to the Lakers. But I know he
Kobe said
actually
he
said
wasn't playing for
he wasn't
Charlotte.
playing for Charlotte. I didn't know he said that.
Kobe said he's not playing for Charlotte, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Fact.
there's been players before. Deion Sanders didn't want. He's like
Yeah.
told him not to draft him. It's happened before, but it's
Right.
like Ace Bailey is like y'all had 2 top 5 players. And y'all didn't even make the tournament. So I'm like, hey, show me something. Y'all ain't show me nothing yet.
Yeah.
And I
I
don't
mean,
represent. That don't speak on his talent though.
that
I
must be
mean
an exception.
that's a team
That's
sport right
team
there.
that be coaching. I
Oh,
mean,
now
Yeah.
it's a team sport. Oh, okay.
It
nah,
is a
yeah,
team.
But
I'm just saying.
nobody give LeBron that leverage when he's like, they're like, you ain't get it done. Nobody say you had a
You know,
sorry
LeBron
team.
said it don't matter how many rings you win no
No,
more, man.
anybody say
Right.
you had a nobody say you had a sorry team. They just say you ain't get it done. You ain't the goat.
Yeah.
So you good to go.
Yeah.
You ain't the
Hey man, I
goat.
love what Ace Bailey doing, bro. I love it. Hey, his
Yeah.
face was priceless when he got drafted to the Jazz. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny as
Yeah.
It
fuck.
was funny, bro. He was
That shit
trying
was
to
funny.
speak. He couldn't get it out,
Hey,
man.
that's how you know NIL money way better than getting drafted.
Yeah.
And
Because
Brandon.
he wasn't even moved, he wasn't even phased.
Nah,
Yeah.
you right.
But with the draft too though, y'all, we did have some moves in the offseason with trades and stuff, and it all popped off with the Desmond Bain trade. I think that was the first big trade out of nowhere. I thought, and I was
Great
like,
trade.
what the hell? Like
Good
they
trade.
busting up the Grizzlies.
They need to.
Yeah.
So
They,
yeah,
they
so they traded Desmond Bain to Orlando from the Grizzlies, which was crazy. Other notable trades, that boy Drew Holiday got traded from the Celtics to the Trailblazers. Now I
he
was a
gonna get
little,
traded again.
yeah, I don't see him there. But how y'all feel about that Celtics breakup though? Because Drew I thought was a solid point
He
guard.
he is solid. I don't think he had a great year this past year, or what I saw in the playoffs. It wasn't looking like it did before, in my opinion. And I think they just got to get some of this money off. Saying he worth $72 million. So
Yeah,
in 3 years, the guy they got is on a 1 year contract. So I think they had to get some of this money off anyway, because you can't
right,
keep all three of them boys.
right, right. And then they had you saw C.J. McCollum and Jordan Poole swap places from the from
I
New
like it.
Orleans to Washington.
I
Y'all
like
think
it.
Jordan Poole's career gonna be revitalized?
Yeah.
He
He,
sucked
he
at
ain't got
Washington.
no choice.
He not because they made him a #1 option, and now we can game plan for you. Now he can go back and probably just hoop, and ain't got to worry about that. And CJ get to go be around
How?
veterans.
How he gonna hoop for us? They let Ingram go. Ingram went to the Raptors
Oh,
and
Ingram
CJ gone.
gone. Oh, I forgot Ingram
Yeah, and
gone.
Yeah.
Zion
Ingram
gonna
gone.
be hurt. Zion gonna
I
be
thought
hurt.
Ingram and Zion was
Yeah.
still gonna be around, so I didn't know Ingram was gone.
Zion
That's right.
about to
They
retire,
sent him
fool.
to Toronto. Dang.
Yeah, they sent him to
But they
Toronto.
got some young boys though.
Yeah.
They still got Murray. They got Murray as a point guard.
Yeah.
That's gonna take some of
I-
that off. Then
oh
you
yeah, I
got the
forgot about DeJounte.
other young small forward that's nice. The wing guy went to Alabama.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Dang.
know you're talking about. I can't think his name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just think you can't just focus on him now. And they
Right.
young, so he gonna be able to, what I'm saying, I think he'll be all right. And I think CJ will
Yeah.
be okay because he get to play with veterans again who serious. And you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah.
And then speaking of DeJounte, DeJounte was in the A, and we did get a trade to the Hawks, baby. We got that boy Kristaps Porzingis, that 7 foot
Yeah.
3-point shooter, baby.
If
What
he
y'all think
plays.
about
If it back,
it?
that's what I'm saying, man. That's
Y'all ain't moved.
yeah. I don't get hyped up on the names, man. I be trying to stick to what I know, man. Health is wealth, bro. And
Yeah.
these boys coming out these big names, I know the potential and stuff, but they got to be healthy, man.
That's why we said
Point
it's
blank
open.
example, man. Kawhi, this is his first season ever being healthy, I think, and they saw what damage he did, and then he kind of, yeah.
He been healthy. He just been
That man
saying I don't
won
want to play
That man
40
won
games.
shields, bro.
Hey,
That bat, hit bat.
bro. He ain't been that injured. They changed that rule where you get all your money if you play a certain amount of games. And so he like, I'm healthy. But before, I think, like y'all saying, determining your own situation, he like, I'm good for a good 40 games, and then I'm ready for the playoffs. I ain't trying to play 80 games. That's what I
Yeah.
think he been doing for the last 5 years. Now you got Paul George for trying to do the same thing, and now
Yeah.
Paul actually is hurt now, but he been
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
playing
Right.
before, playing hurt.
Nah, I agree. I agree with that, but I know that boy Zay say he don't fuck with the big name and shit, but we gotta give a shout out to Big Baller Brand. That boy LeVar Ball started all this shit, the innovator.
What he do?
But now I'm just saying, Lonzo Ball got traded too. Lonzo
To
Ball got
Cleveland.
traded too. He got traded to Cleveland for Isaac Okoro.
Good trade, great trade for Cleveland.
Yeah, I love Lonzo Ball. He's a great player to me.
I
Oh
like
yeah.
him too.
I
I
always
like
been
his
rocking
game.
with him.
Yeah, I like his game. I don't like his brother's game, but I like his
Come
game.
on, bro. You like Melo, baby.
Nah,
Boston
that
game,
NBA
bro.
2K, NBA
That's
2K
AAU.
moving, man.
That's AAU ball, baby.
Yeah,
It's just
baby.
straight exciting.
It's
AAU
exciting.
You ain't winning no championship with that, bro. You
It
ain't winning
don't
no
matter, baby. We
championship
shoot
with
from
that.
half court, baby.
Yeah.
And we sauced them up.
Yeah.
His game is
Yeah.
NBA
He
2K
hit for
to
the
me.
clips, baby.
This for
That's
the
it.
clip.
What they call it, clip farming.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He's
Clip for him.
on
Right.
clip farm.
But
Hey,
imagine if you can find a team to align that with, man. You raising the market on a small market team. You got
right.
it's the business of it, man.
But
But
It's
he
the
was
business.
on, but
baby.
he did that. He's on a small market team and they ain't win 9 games. So
Oh man, but the city, hey,
City love it.
the city fuck with them, man. Come on.
Yeah, the city fuck with the city love it.
Yeah,
are they going
yeah,
to the games?
yeah,
Are
yeah.
they buying? Are they really?
They ain't
They won
expensive
9
ticket
games.
though. They ain't
They
expensive
won
ticket.
Yeah,
9
it's
games,
probably like
bro.
Hawks ticket.
They
Probably
won
like Hawks
9.
ticket.
No, don't do the Hawks like that. We in there.
I'm just
We in there.
saying.
We
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
You got a Hawk game for $10 a couple times.
yeah.
We in
Nosebleed.
there. We in there. We in
Yeah.
there. Look.
Yeah. Court side ain't but $200.
No, bro. You
What you
playing?
said on the baseline? You said
He trying
feet up the
us,
wood,
bro.
$200.
You went to my Charlotte because Atlanta be lit, bro.
Oh yeah, it be lit in the
Atlanta
city.
game. I'm saying it don't be cheap. Them tickets don't be cheap, bro.
But you can get a nosebleed by $10, $20 though. That's a fact.
Look, but you know what? You can keep on with the conversation. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
Right
look it up.
here.
But look, the last show, I say the best for last, y'all. This is allegedly one of the greatest superstars to ever play in the league. That boy KD got traded to the Rockets, y'all, for what the little young bull name? I know Dylan Brooks, Madman Dylan Brooks, and Jalen.
Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen. Man, KD, man, that man done played for a lot of teams, y'all. What's y'all
Yeah.
thoughts on the trade? What's his legacy look like to y'all, bro? Is he a bona fide top 10, top 5? Like, I really, we got to go in depth on this KD shit, y'all, for real.
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, KD is exactly what I'm talking about with big names. That's like they milking the league. I have no problem with him being in the league and stuff, but I do have a problem if you're not able to contribute to sustain it because the Rockets they got a lot of good things going
That
for
man take a
themselves.
trip to sustain it.
Contribute? What?
Get off, go off, bro, go off.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Spain, I said
Yeah.
go off.
Oh yeah, and they got a great coach. They had some young. They were talented. They just needed a finisher. The only problem is that it was a win for KD because at the end of the day, his leadership is not in place. But I'm just here to be the finisher. Like you put me in a situation to finish, I'm gonna do my job, man. It's a high possibility that he'll be able to handle that. But to get to that point, man, you got to have luck. You got to have preparation. He got to stay healthy, and they have to be able to build that team chemistry and stuff, man. I think his legacy, is one of the reasons why I'm not gonna put him in my top 10, just because all the opportunities he had to step up, it just been like, let me just stay as far away out the media and not put myself in position to engage or be attacked on my character. He don't do too many interviews and stuff like that. You don't see him like floating out there unless it's guarded. But I just think as a player and stuff, I mean, that generation of athletes that came in, all of them are starting to fall through the sideline, man. And just standing on his name for me.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go or you want to go?
You up, man. You
Oh,
want me to go? I go.
and I agree with some of that stuff you're saying. I just think, he's not a vocal leader. I think he's the type of person that say, "Hey, I'm gonna go out here and do what I'm supposed to do. You're a grown man. I ain't gonna hold you accountable to do it. It's gonna show on the court regardless. We win, we win. We don't, we don't. I'm paid regardless. It's kind of like how we are with our coworkers at times. It's like, man, they ain't doing what they supposed to do, but
Yeah.
long as they don't affect my job, where I gotta do more, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you ain't doing it. Long as they don't come asking me nothing, then it is what it is. I think as far as his legacy, yeah, I think it's gonna be hard to put him in the top 10 because of that, because you've been traded so many times, and the time you won a championship or even came close is the time you teamed with a team that went 7-3-10 before you or something like that. So that's gonna always hurt, even though you were MVP. But he's still gonna be considered a certified bucket, one of the best bucket getters ever play. But his legacy has been destroyed. Well, that might be a little harsh. It has been definitely pushed back a lot because of that, all that being traded stuff. He should have just went to the Knicks. Only way he can win that if he go to the Knicks and get them a championship. His statue, everything. But he don't want to go because he know they gonna be top. They gonna be on him. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. I think KD is misunderstood, man.
Mm.
I think it's twofold for me. Because he is a fucking superstar. He is a legend. He don't do interviews and stuff like Big Play said that because he controls his own narrative. He would troll your fucking ass all day
all day
on fucking the internet, on Twitter.
Yeah.
That shit he did with Acho, when Acho did that formula of his greatness.
And Perk, he crushed
Man,
Perk
that
all the
was
time.
so hilarious. That man said the greatest minds at MTI that went MIT, I'm sorry, developed a KD formula. Like, that shit is hilarious. I love the player that controls their own narrative. So in that aspect, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I would put him probably in my top 10, honestly. Only because that man is a straight killer. I love a dog. I love a killer. I love your Kobe's, your AIs. I just love killers. That when it comes to them, leadership doesn't always mean leading from the front or being vocal. If y'all remember, in one of those finals games, when that motherfucker cussed Draymond out because you didn't give me the fucking ball.
Well, that was a regular season game.
Well, regular season game? Whatever it was. Like,
yeah.
I'm me. Like, so that's leadership. Like, bro, what the fuck you doing? You Draymond Green. Like, you don't do that. Like, play your role.
I was watching that game too, bro. I watched
so
that
that's
game.
I feel like he leads in a way that he leads. Honestly, like me and Yada talked about this shit before, Kevin Durant to me is just a Carmelo Anthony. He don't give you no defense. He don't give you just straight scoring. But like I said, guaranteed bucket. I think when he go into the Rockets, I think it'll help him though because Ime Udoka, a great coach. You got Van Vliet. You got somebody who can run the offense. It's gonna be a perfect position for him. I think it's gonna sell. I think the Rockets actually gonna do well, bro. Just off just that coaching and just you know what I mean, because he's gonna be in the right position. I do agree that he probably should have went somewhere like New York, but my boy is what he got to be what 36, 40,
37, something like that.
30.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a winner, bro. Like, he did go to the Warriors, but at the same time, he was by far the best player on the team. Like,
that's what I'm mad about. Like,
yeah, like
that's what I'm mad. Draymond do all this talking. I'm like, bro, if you and KD got y'all 2 rings, bro, like stop it.
Yeah, he definitely got y'all 2 rings. He got
stop
y'all 2 rings.
Y'all would just have 2 rings.
Right. So I think too. I think that was probably the first generation, which he's still our generation, where players start realizing like I'm a business and I'm gonna do what's best for me. So it ain't always about getting the rings anymore. It's about getting your money, building your bag, going to
LeBron.
the destination you want to go to.
LeBron.
So yeah, LeBron too.
My
Yeah,
boy
the same.
took the beat. My boy took the beating, so
Yeah,
people can do like be Ace Bailey's now. You know what
yeah.
I'm
Double what?
saying? Like
Back
I'm
on
saying,
eighth grade.
I'm going to go to South Beach. You know, when he did it live on television and all of
Yeah,
that stuff. You know.
yeah. So I think KD's legacy is still he would go down as one of the greatest just because he a fucking walking bucket getter. Like that's what
Yeah,
people like offense. They like what else do you want care about in the
yeah,
league? Like niggas ain't been like who the best defensive player, you know. So that's
yeah.
why I do think
Mm,
that's the case. But
They
that's
do,
just my
they do
how,
talk about that,
they do
but
talk about defense.
yeah,
uh,
but I,
highlights like that. Who what they talking
that,
about defense?
Dennis
Name a
Rodman,
player. Y'all.
baby. Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, Bruce Bowen.
Who?
D Howard.
See how y'all smiling while y'all saying this shit?
Nah, I'm
I'm
just
for
We
real.
I'm
naming
saying
names,
we
dog.
know that they are great defensive players, but nobody be like how we talk about superstars or bucket
Right.
getters. It ain't the
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. It ain't.
yeah,
Ain't too
you're
many
right. Because
defensive
you know why? You
superstars.
know
Yeah.
why though? You know why? Y'all ain't gonna hit it. But the top defensive players to me don't necessarily check the bucket getter. That's why I be trash. Because it's like you got your 40, but I got the best defensive player over here. Why he ain't checking you the whole game? They check you in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. Like I need Draymond checking KD the whole game. Now we gonna see who the best. Is you gonna shut him down? He gonna get his bucket. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna say it don't matter because you gonna mess up
I
the
thought they
strategy.
cheated the best player. I thought they do be
Yeah,
checking.
that's what I thought.
Nah,
Yeah, I
man,
see.
they don't.
Yeah,
All
you be wanting the
you
best
see a
players to
you see
check
a
the
pick
best
and
players.
roll.
That's what you want.
You see a pick and roll every time. KD comes down. If somebody who can guard him is guarding him most of the time, it's a pick and roll, and he tear up whoever that on that screen. I mean, whoever get him, pick him up off that pick and roll. They all do it. All do it. Pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, pick
That's
and roll.
coaching though, man.
I
Yeah,
just said it. But if
that's
I'm a
coach.
deep, if I'm when we hoop growing up 5-on-5, if I say I'm a defensive guy, I'm gonna check whoever y'all say can score.
Who
6
that?
feet
What
taller than
team
me.
doesn't do that though?
I don't do it anymore.
That okay?
Tell
For
you.
example, Golden State when they had Klay Thompson. Thompson was one of their best
He
defenders,
was a two.
and his
Yeah, he
job was
was.
the
He was.
True.
I'm telling. It's not
he
consistency
sacrificed
enough.
his scoring.
He sacrificed. He still scored. He still scored. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, you'll never hear about whole game. Like I said, defensive player of the year this year.
What? What do you say?
Only person get it is old boy from Minnesota every year almost. Defensive player of the year. Like
Oh, you
they
talking
don't.
about Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, he get it so much, and it's like why? Because he's stopping the rim. He's a rim protector, but you never see a top wing player always check the other top wing player the whole game. You just don't see it. You don't see it, bro. So they be like, he got 40. I be like, on who? On the defensive guy.
I mean, LeBron had 40 on Iguodala in the championship. They lost, but he
Yeah.
averaged 40, and they gave the MVP to Iguodala, which I don't know. But
Speaking of
He
LeBron, y'all
deserved
saw
it.
he just the only player option.
He said he gonna get all his money. That's all. He like, give me my
yeah,
50 million. I'm about to retire, bro. Like, I'm
yeah,
gonna get my bread. I would today. I'm sold ownership. Like, you don't know what's
yeah.
about to happen.
That's true. That's
Hey,
true.
my son they about to get my son up out of here too. Probably. Let me get my bread, bro.
Yeah, that, man, I was arguing about this NBA got me, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I probably have to get that Red Lobster been calling my name, but I know y'all been seeing the commercials. They got the new CEO, man. Shout out that boy. What boy name? Demola. How you say it?
The
Demola.
Mola,
That shit, Jay.
Molican, something like that.
Yeah,
Molican.
no disrespect, bro. No disrespect, but we praise you, bro. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming through, revamping one of
Yes,
our
sir.
favorites from back in the day, Red Lobster. We love the cheddar biscuits.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out. But y'all boy know they done got them seafood boils now. That thing. What
They
y'all
got
think about?
80. They done changed the game with that seafood boy.
Yeah. That's crazy. He's Nigerian American. Did a little research on him. Say he went to Brown. They say he used to be reported
CEO
that
for
PF Chain. So he brought
yeah,
PF
yeah. He
Chain back
ramped
because
brought them
they
back.
were done, bro. They were
Yeah, they
done.
were
So
done. They were
I'm
done.
ready to see what he do with Red Lobster. I'm like, are they gonna open back up some of the old ones, or are they just like we gonna work with the ones we got still open? Because I
It's
don't
still
see them no
open.
more.
There's
Open.
still a lot of
Oh,
red
they
lobster
are.
open.
I
Yeah,
went
we
to one
still
on
jumping
camera
on this one.
the other day before
Oh,
the
Sound
seafood
Creek.
boil.
Okay, I gotta find them, man. I don't feel like I don't see them no more.
Yeah,
Um,
they
but
out.
I grew up on Red Lobster, so it'd be, I'm excited, what he can do. I just do y'all think gonna translate to a universal thing, or it's just gonna be us in there?
I don't know,
Uh,
man. I think the seafood boil market then kind of crashed a little bit, man. Because I know a lot. It's a lot of seafood boils out there that they done been here today and gone tomorrow in my
Yeah,
area. I don't know what the demographic is
everywhere.
now.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's a lot of them. It's
they
a lot
tried to
of them.
make the market of the crab legs the new chicken. Farm raised and stuff like that. But it just outpriced. They turned a delicacy into an overpriced, another piece of chicken. That's all it is seafood chicken.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it's like like you said, the seafood boil place going out of business. I don't think that's a problem because it's already Red Lobster. It's just an addition. It's already a recognized chain. And I've been seeing it's been going viral. I've been seeing on Twitter, Facebook, IG, people actually
Yeah,
doing reviews on the boils
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
rating that shit. So this shit is like a real thing. So I love that
And
we
the
get
line out the door a little bit too.
got
Like
a
it
line
been a
out the door.
wait.
So I love that we get behind this and promoting it, and making it successful. Red Lobster, because that's especially like living here in Atlanta, bro. Like you get wrapped up in these one-on-ones, spending $200 for just subpar service and food when you can go to a chain restaurant. You know what I mean? Like I said, me and Shawty went to Red Lobster
You
and
gotta
we
lock
spent
in first though. You gotta have your
Yeah.
one that you're gonna lock in with if you had to go to Red
right,
Lobster. Because you go out
right.
on a first date, you're done, bro. You're done.
Yeah, nah, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, boy, recently, like before the seafood boil, like maybe like 2 weeks ago, nigga, I went to Red Lobster, me and Shawty, and somebody, we spent $90, and we had ultimate feast, we had like 2, 3 drinks, we had
Mm.
Wow.
appetizers, like
What?
you
Okay.
just at a
I
restaurant
don't
in
know how
Atlanta,
to act.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
that'll
be
be
looking at your
$300
bill.
easy. So shit, we walked out full, and we had the cheddar biscuits. How can you go wrong?
Man,
Yeah,
hey,
unlimited. I see what you're doing. I
got me to look
see
up
y'all
something.
got to understand. My market up here, man. I don't have all them high you paying for the amenities and the
Yeah,
vibe and
Parking.
stuff.
you got to
Yeah,
have a grass
Bar.
wall, baby. You got to have a
yeah.
grass wall
We
to
up
be able
You
to.
here.
gotta have. No,
I'm up in the Carolinas.
I honestly, I've changed, bro. If I see that grass wall, or I know it's a grass wall, I don't even want to go.
Neon light.
I don't even
You
want to
out.
go. I don't even want to go no more. I don't even want to go.
Yeah,
Like I already know you about to service charge me to death. I already know.
Somebody got to pay the
You
DJ.
see that? You see
you
that
about
grand wall? You see that hookah? I hate to
yeah,
say it. I'm
had
talking
a
at a
hookah
restaurant. If you see a hookah, a grass wall, and a DJ at a restaurant,
and lounge shot. You
two
got to have
fifty,
Yeah,
$300. Just know that
300.
yeah,
before you walk in the
And
crib.
it's gonna be bad service, by the way.
yeah.
Just know that.
And brunches
Just,
that go after 6 o'clock.
just know you better
We
not
still
ask for
in
Brunch,
two
brunch.
I
refills.
thought brunch was during the day, like early.
Just know you better not ask for two refills. It's gonna
Right.
be you're not getting it. Like you're not getting, and they're gonna get their money. So I'm
Yeah.
cool.
That shit crazy. Oh y'all, listen, man, listen. I gotta pick y'all boy brain about this shit because it might be about to be over. They had the closing arguments for the Diddy trial.
Yeah,
Mm.
We gotta
yeah.
talk about it. No Diddy, but we gotta talk about it.
They dropping charges. They dropped the kidnapping charge and the
They
arson,
dropped the main charges.
the
Yeah.
arsonist and the But it's like one of them things. It's like whether he did it or not, you got to be able to prove it. And I'm just tripping on how fast this trial had went by. Like YSL was in there for 3 years, and this is like
Yeah,
a month.
yeah.
But if you got to be able to prove it, and I don't think they're doing a good job. We can't see it obviously, but I
Do
guess they
y'all
must not be doing a good job.
do y'all feel like he should have ever been charged what he was charged with though? Like, cause when they arguing and shit, like, Daniel, let me say this first, y'all. We know that we saw in video he assaulted and beat Cassie. We do not condone that. He
Nah,
should
not at
definitely
all.
be, charged for that, thrown in the bottom of jail. We don't believe
Yeah,
in beating women here at Points Podcast at all.
yeah.
Never put your
Abusing
hands on
them at all. Yeah,
at all. But what I'm
yeah.
saying is, what they're charging him with, what I saw, I watched a good little bit of the trial, and I just feel like they wouldn't even charge him for it. The fuck, like, what are they talking about? I just didn't
So,
understand.
so one of the charges is kidnapping, and under the term of that, he definitely did that because when Cassie trying to leave and you dragging her back, that's kidnapping. So already, that is one.
Okay.
Even though they dropping it, but make a small story short. I want to tell a bit, but I had a homeboy who had his child over to the house, and the mother wanted to come get the child, and he was like, no, he's not sending the child because it was late at night. He didn't want to send the child. And the mother called the police, and the police came and said, basically, like, it's kidnapping because he ain't had his paperwork together yet, legitimize
Mhm.
and all that. That
Right.
that police told us that's kidnapping. considered kidnapping. By those laws at all, anytime someone want to leave and you don't let them leave, that's kidnapping.
Okay.
So that's one charge that
Okay.
it's funny
So
that they dropped.
let me ask you before you go forward though. I thought he already paid Cassie what 20, 30 million for whatever their
Right.
situation was. That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
I did too. Yeah, I don't
So
know.
that's all I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know if that was for me not to put stuff out or what, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
don't know.
let me say this too. From the trial, what I saw, Cassie every time said she was a part of the freak off. She set up the freak off. She was voluntarily in the freak offs.
Voluntary.
Yeah, volunteer.
Volunteer.
Yeah, they even
Well,
got they even got voice messages like, "Hey, where you at? You running late? I'm looking
yeah,
forward to
it's
the freak out." Yeah.
it's just,
One time she was like, "I need to have a freak off." She said,
Yeah.
it's a scary thing because
Yeah.
we don't know. We won't ever really know the truth. But it's like when you feel that you're afraid of your life. I ain't trying to take up for it, but if you feel like you're afraid of your life, you might do a little extra stuff like I just want their food to know. Let me
"Yeah,
call him to check with him because you don't know, especially if they say he's blowing up cars.
yeah."
So
It's called Stockholm. It's called Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm
Yeah.
syndrome.
like, let me
But what I'm
check him.
saying is, she was already gone from the relationship, had moved on, and she called him. So that's what I'm saying. He was already far gone. So I understand Stockholm syndrome if you're there in the situation. But
Yeah.
and I don't want to be, I don't want to be that way. But I'm trying to understand,
Right.
how you already gone from the situation, long gone, and you call and say, I want another freak off.
Right.
Well,
And you
that's
still
like.
you
Go ahead,
you
Go
you
ahead.
with you in a whole new relationship,
Right.
and you still spin the block. You know.
Still spinning the
Well,
block.
y'all know that happens
Yeah.
all the time, but that's like a
Yeah.
normal
It does
relationship.
happen.
It does.
With a normal relationship where people have moved on and they already got that one that can kind of get in their head a little bit and
Yeah.
mess that up. Yeah,
That makes
now that
sense too.
like you said that goes against her in court. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing
Yeah.
that if you moved on? And I'm sure her husband like, dang, if he didn't know, but yeah,
Whew,
man,
that's a lot.
that's a
Yeah.
lot. But y'all don't pay her $30 million, so you know,
Yeah.
So
I
how do
don't
y'all
know.
feel about like this like what the government I guess the law is doing with like sex trafficking? They're saying if you fly somebody out or something, that's considered sex trafficking. Like it's like this broad umbrella now
That's
that's going
scary.
on. Like because
Yeah.
like you meet a woman and baby, why don't you come see me? I fly you out.
Yeah, that's
Right.
scary. That's
That's scary,
scary.
broad, right?
And it's just if you pay for the flight, not if you give them money when you get there, right? It's only if
Right.
you pay for the flight, you could be charged, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it
I'm
is.
not sure
Because
either.
anytime
No.
somebody have ever came to see you and you paid for them to come see you, y'all was intimate, then you could be on the hook. Like that's crazy.
Right. Right. So
You make your
subliminal
significant other
message.
mad, they could just say, "Hey,
This what it
that's
was.
crazy." Yeah, that's crazy.
And so, yeah, I know you was going through different counts, but I just want to say that all I saw that he was guilty of is paying for prostitution, paying for sex, and just being a freaky ass nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
They
what I
ch-
say. Look, correct me if I'm wrong now.
charging him for
Yeah.
forced labor, trafficking.
You said forced labor.
I don't know what it means, but they call it forced
Yeah,
labor.
with the forced labor and stuff, they talk. I can speak on that. A lot of times, people will be like injured from sexual activities and unable to,
Keep going.
do things. And he'll be like, "Hey, still get it popping. You're a
Yeah,
champ. Go on in there and knock them out."
right. Coaching
But
them up.
Well,
yeah,
you
coach
got
them up, and they feeling pressured on that end.
I got you. I
well, you
got
got
you.
robbery
You
that's been
going out?
thrown out.
Going out? What do you say?
Arson and bribery, but that's been thrown out. I guess the arson been
That's what
thrown
cutting
out.
shit. That was a cutting shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's a
naming
good.
the five charges that was initially
Yeah,
arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Now he definitely obstruction of justice definitely something that he probably did if you're trying to not get
Oh yeah,
caught.
for sure. So he was
So
in jail.
yeah,
People
I
saying,
think he's gonna get like a little, probation or
time
if I
served, but this is a
time
yeah,
federal court case too, y'all.
it's
That's
still
that's
gonna
a big difference between YSL and this. This is federal. With
yeah,
YSL, a federal.
wasn't it? Oh, that was state,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah. That was
That was
Fannie. That
state.
was Fannie, state of
That was
Georgia.
funny.
Yeah,
That man gonna
yeah,
get
they
probation. My
yeah.
question to y'all is, if he come home, what is it gonna be?
He
Everybody
gonna
Mm.
that
get strong.
I'm just talking about. No, I'm just talking about everybody that been speaking on him or branding. He's gonna continue to make money. You think he's gonna continue to make money?
Well, first of all, I don't feel like people have really spoken on him. Like all the big time people, I feel like he got so much dirt on everybody
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
that's why nobody spoke on him for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you'll be straight because, like, from what I understand, the general consensus of like, not just people I talk with, just online looking at shit. Everybody kind of like he just been a freak. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he beat Cass's ass and that was wrong, but
Mm.
like, not. But I'm sorry, he beat Cass and that was wrong. However, like he paid her the money and he should be thrown in jail for that. But that's not what he on charge for. He not on trial for. Like he on
Yeah.
trial for just being a freak and paying for pussy and paying for dick. Like,
Uh, being rich. Also, the whole thing with the mob, the whole thing, reason they created RICO is because you got so much money, you can follow different things. Enterprise to do what you wanted. So,
yeah,
they just trying to set examples, man, out here to be like,
that's what.
we own you. If you're doing anything
Yeah.
crazy, we own you. Now we know Diddy have done a lot of stuff that they probably don't
Oh,
even
for sure.
they ain't even
For
put
sure.
out there.
For sure.
But it's interesting to me that they dropping these. To me, if they dropping this charge, they showing their hands like we don't have
Oh,
much to stick. So,
Right.
sure. And they say
um,
he's still making millions. So they say he rent out his private jet. He making millions. So he's still
Yeah.
making money. Don't and
oh,
the
you got a
millions ain't
private jet?
he too
Yeah.
far gone. He too far up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't say
think what
that,
they're
but
trying to, I think their main goal is with this trial, they're really just trying to diminish his character, diminish some of his brands, cut him off from making that type of money and stuff because money is power, man. And right now, that conversation is not about the money; it's about uh, his leverage. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what they're trying to do: take away his leverage that he has in that community, in that industry. Um, to really tear him down that way. I think that's their main goal. So
Yeah, and I agree with that big play because, like you said, that's one of the main things that like stood out too in the trial. That he a fucking drug head, and Cass
yeah,
was a drug head, and
yeah,
so like you doing these things, but
wild
all
stuff
y'all,
happens when
mm,
you're on drugs. I said wild stuff
yeah,
happens when you're on drugs.
something
When
happen you
you're
on
in
drugs.
a situation.
Yeah, so you addicted to drugs, bro. Like both of them. So shit.
Yeah, you could have
Yeah,
used that in court too. Like I don't even remember some of
right.
this stuff because I was on drugs. I'm wondering,
Right.
his team didn't try to throw that stuff in there.
they ain't gonna let him testify. They ain't gonna let him testify.
Nah, they ain't gonna let him
Oh,
testify.
oh, you're right.
But
You're
y'all
right.
he the same lawyer as YSL though, right? A part of
Oh
the
no,
team, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that's
I ain't
That's
know that.
that's how
that
we know
lawyer
he gonna
making
be.
so much money.
That's
Right.
how I know he gonna
That lawyer about to buy his
be.
own plane. Taking these
Yeah.
type of cases.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, he been getting it though. That's the big time lawyer for all the rappers and athletes and shit. When shit go
I
left.
I, I would say I just want to drive home. If there was anything done or the things that were done, I want people to have their justice for it.
For
Because
sure.
a lot of times people can't speak up because they're either afraid or silenced, and so at some point when you're able to speak out, because it's people. Look, I mean, people at my job, I'm still waiting for them to get their karma. You know what I'm saying, for stuff they've done in the past. You know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
you can't do nothing to them, so you just got to sit and wait. But
Yeah.
if it ever comes down to it, when they say, "Oh, we can speak on it now," I might be like, "Yup, they lying, they did it." You know what I'm saying? I may be
So
doing that.
we might be going into in deep depth, y'all. But why y'all feel like people like should it be a time limit to speak on shit, or like why y'all feel like people can't speak on it though? Besides just being
Well, that's
scared.
They
I
don't
don't
want to
have
be
no problem.
blackballed.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have no problem with people speaking on it. I just think the timing of it makes it seem more so like a money grab.
I
Um,
agree.
that
Because why
that
you want
that's
a silver case for money and not just
yeah,
try to get them
right.
arrested?
Right. Money, especially in this economical decline that we're going through right now, a lot of people. I mean, they just hit that boy. What's the kicker for the Ravens?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, he got in trouble.
they just hit him up. Hey, what's the kicker for the
I know you're
Ravens,
talking
man?
about though. I know you're talking
Uh,
about.
oh yeah.
Tucker, Justin
Tucker.
Tucker.
Oh
You
yeah.
Yeah.
know,
That's just, yeah.
yeah, they went on to hit him with the masseuses. Like 16 of them came out. Like, might well everybody cashing in. Let's go ahead and cash
Right.
in. Which, again, they got their right to speak out, man. But I don't think it's no time limit on it. But I just think it's more so about okay, you got enough money that it's worth my time uh, to
That's it.
engage on
Well,
what.
it
Why
could
the
be the
money?
lawyers too, though.
Huh?
Yeah,
It could be the lawyer saying, "I'm gonna take this case pro bono, so you don't have to pay your own money to try to get this done." So you
mm,
like, well, it ain't coming out of my pocket. Might as well because I can't afford my own lawyer to fight you.
I mean, I think the first step is just going and doing a police report, though, right? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you just
And saying
talking
that
about somebody done something to you?
right,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
that's free.
Yeah,
That's free.
that's free. Yeah,
right.
that's.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
free.
I
yeah.
think a
That's
lot of
free.
people just be afraid of the backlash of if you don't happen, you take the police report out and then something happened to you. Because let's be honest, there's been plenty of people who made police report and they still ended up hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After that,
That
man.
is
So
true.
just
Possible.
the protection How do you
Right.
hide from Diddy? Like, how? You
Yeah,
can't go anywhere. You
you
can't go
can't.
anywhere.
I
Mm-hmm.
think when he come out, I think he gonna be calmed down, but I think he got too much on so many like high level individuals, not just in the entertainment industry, just
Right.
overall. So that's why I think
Right.
they're gonna let him out, gonna be time served, and he just gonna act like he gonna do a video apologizing and
He
say he's
already
not
had
on
started, in my
drugs.
opinion. He had already
Huh?
started 2 years ago trying all this brother love stuff. That wasn't nothing but trying to,
Uh,
you know what I'm saying, calm
yeah,
down all the stuff that was coming out, or starting to come out,
right. True, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Well, look, yeah, I think that's enough, man. We done talked about Diddy, we done talked about the draft, and we
Yeah.
done talked about them seafood boys, man. Listen, y'all, this Points podcast, y'all. I'm the Dominican Dumb. We got Big Play, and we got that boy Ye.
Hey.
Yeah, listen, man. We'll catch y'all next time. We out.
Yeah. See y'all. Have a good week.